Good morning, guys. We are back to working on our Angular Material UI app. That is basically a sales pipeline tracker live with live streaming data so that we can watch as a new prospect comes in and takes a look at our ads, clicks on a landing page, navigates to a buy page, etc., and eventually fills out their credit card form and purchases our product. So welcome back to the Code with Nate channel. We're going to dive in right now. Where we last left off, we had built out the main dashboard front end portion of our app, which is this, it's called a stepper, and we built it out in Angular, the latest version of Angular. Right now we're trying to mock it so that it appears like live data is coming in. So I want to be able to change these numbers here from one, I want the steppers to be able to be marked complete. Sorry, I'm still waking up, still drinking coffee. So just like this, as I'm clicking on them, as the events happen in real time. And eventually we're going to be capturing these things from various APIs like the Google My Business API, and the Facebook API, and then our own API that we'll build. And those events will come into this microservice that manages the backend for this real time. Okay, so let's take a look at Angular. So we're learning Angular as we go here. That's part of how this series works. We kind of read the documentation a little bit together because sometimes we go through technologies I've never learned before. What I'm trying to do now is animate these steps being completed. So right now we've got step 1 complete equal true. So I want the equivalent of step 1 of set state in the React world, which would change one of these values. Okay, so let's see what happens on a new page load. So we've got 1 here. I want let's work with 2 actually, because 2 is this grade, and that's how we expect our steps to look like in the first place. Okay, so editable completed is going to be step 2 complete, and let's see if that changes. It doesn't look like it did. Let's see. So I want to figure out is that how you use variables in Angular? No. Let's see. Angular template format. So if we have it in a directive here, it looks like that. So I think we need double brackets here, and that, and then of course, okay, so now our IDE can detect where that was set. I'm just going to turn, looks like we need semicolons there. Step 2 complete true. Oh, but we did it on step 3. So let's go ahead and now change it to false. Yeah, okay, cool, that works. So this is really step 3. We're off by 1. So if that's false, it's gray here, we can see. This is what we're working on. And if we change it to true, it should turn blue. And it does. Now we want to do that in sequence somehow. So we need to create some kind of timer. But first I want to see if we can change step 4 from false to true. So I want to copy this bit here. That's going to be step 4 complete. And step 4 is going to go from false to true. And I'm not sure. So I think that worked. If we change it from false to false, does that do anything? No. Cool. So we are going to, and I'm not sure if I'm doing this right yet, but we're gonna hack something together, and then we'll make it better as we go. So now I want in 2 seconds to complete step 4. So I want step 4 to change from gray to blue in 2 seconds, and it did, of course. Okay, cool. So the next thing we'll do is I want a timer. I can't remember how to do something every 2 seconds. Let's see, so we could do a while loop, run something every n seconds JavaScript. I thought there was a set timer method. Set interval is what it's called. Set interval. And then we need to have current step equals 1. And now we'll do 1. Do we not have let in? What is this complaining about here? I don't know what it's complaining about. We're kind of learning TypeScript as we go as well. Keyword let is reserved. Interesting. We need appropriate loader to load this file type. Oh, well, we did that wrong. Yeah, I'm really just waking up, guys. I don't know if you can tell, but the sun's rising in the background right now. Okay, there we go. So now that works. So what I want to do is this, and we can use a variable object accessor here with I think the backticks, and we can include our current step here inside brackets. So we're going to start with all of these as false, and of course we're going to have to update our templates, but I want to see here now that every couple seconds a new... Sweet, so that one finished and that one finished. Cool. Alright, so now I don't know if you saw, but after a few seconds this one completed and then this one completed, and now we're going to go ahead and do this with all our steps, and that should make our demo look sort of real, except it's happening a lot faster than it probably would in real life. So I'm just going to multi-select here, except we want the opening tag. Got to learn these keyboard shortcuts because they save you a lot of time. The last one's right there. So that's going to be step 1 complete. And eventually this is probably going to be generated from a loop of some sort. Maybe not. Sometimes templating things from loops is more trouble than it's worth. this is a really straightforward template so far, and these steps do have some attributes that are unique to themselves, so kind of makes sense to do it this way. Alright, so let's see. Yep, as our prospect navigates through the sales pipeline, we've got these check marks slowly being checked. User just filled in their personal details. We can click and see what they are. And yeah, that is our demo app. The other thing we need to do is kill this interval. I think does set interval return something? I think it returns like a handle we can use to kill it. Returns a value which can be used to cancel the timer. Yeah. So after our last step, if current step equals 11, and we can use strict comparison there, then we're going to cancel the interval. So this is the interval, and to cancel it, clear interval. Trying to figure out what we use here to cancel our stopping an interval. I guess it is clear interval. Yeah. You just call clear interval. So we'll give that a shot. So at the current step 11, we want to clear the interval. And let's just, so we'll return out of there. And actually, no, we don't need to return. We can just have that be our final statement in this clause here. And let's console log out current step. And that way we can see that our interval stops at a reasonable time. So we've got current step 2. Another thing is that step 1 being complete seems to happen immediately. I don't know if that's enough to care about. This is just mocking our project for now. Cool, so it stopped at 11, perfect. And it was all in sequence every 2 seconds. But interestingly enough, step 11 never completed, which is weird. But let's see what happens if we don't clear the interval. This to sort of look real, now we're going to use maybe it happens to no delay the first time, I don't know. Cool, well that looks good enough. So now that we've gotten that demo looking nice, I think we can move on to the back end. So I just want to change the title here. I noticed that it still says application title. That's in our navigation. Yeah, I think that's this one. Sellify. Sweet. It looks great. Now we'll theme this and everything in the future, but right now we're just going to leave it as this working demo, and we're going to wire it up to some sort of live backend. I think we're going to create this with Scala Play probably. Let's see, let's go look at our roadmap here. Live data mocker is going to be Node, but I don't really know. Let's see. Yeah, looks like we're going to start our Akka Streams project. So I'm going to actually start this in a new video, a new live video that's going to start immediately after this video closes, because we are going to start a new Scala project, and I think the scope of that is a little outside the scope of this video. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next video.